We welcome you to episode 54 of Battin Chattin here in the Eastern Observer alongside Denis Tuohy. I'm Brandon Natale. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube to be kept in on everything Eastern Observer and most importantly, Battin and Chattin. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever else podcasts can be found. Dennis, how you doing today on this fine evening?
I'm doing great, man. Episode 54. I've seen Deadpool 3 twice. Went to my brother and dad. Other time, my sister yesterday. A little siblings
Nice. I
movie and
actually
dinner.
saw it. I
Dinner and
actually
a movie.
saw it last night.
No way, me too.
It was pretty good.
It was great. It was
I
funny.
don't want to
I loved
spoil
it.
anything, so
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
want to
keep,
spoil it, but I
So,
felt
yeah.
like a little kid watching it again.
It actually felt good to watch a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it did. It did. And I just lost my train of thought. Nah, tough look for me right now. I like the movie a lot.
It was good.
What was I going to say? Oh, we're an episode away from our Sammy Hagar episode, 55.
That's true.
This is big. The Hideki Matsui. The Dikembe Mutombo. Terrible.
He's going to be at
Terrible.
Fanatics Fest too. Yeah.
Dikembe. Or Hideki Matsui.
Dominique Wilkins. No, Dikembe's not going to be there.
I saw Hideki Matsui in the prices. Hideki, you're killing me, babe. My favorite Yankee ever. That's not true. Third.
Yeah, you love Godzilla.
In fact, if I go there, I might ask him to sign my World Series baseball card.
That's
because I bought a 2009. That's a great idea.
That's if we go to the Friday. I don't know if we're gonna. Because I think he's on the Friday.
And that audience is how you make yourself look like a massive tool bag and moron.
I'm sorry.
To your audience. Wow. This is a tough look for me.
I'm sorry, D-Train.
That's okay. Oh, we're seeing what, the Teddy Bruschi Day we're seeing? Is Teddy Bruschi Polish? Let's find out if he's one of...
Unless you want to, maybe, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, you know what? I wouldn't mind if we went to all 3 days.
The Sunday, that's going to be tough. I can't do that. But the other days, I can.
If you go the Friday, I would probably meet up after work. It would be a lot.
Teddy Bruschi, not Polish, Filipino and Italian.
Yeah.
Bruschi, I guess it's SK, it's SHI, not SKI. You learn something new every day.
My apologies for that.
Don't apologize for that. I knew that he was the Friday. I knew he was the Friday.
Is what it is.
I also just found out Teddy Bruschi's not Polish, so I guess I don't care anymore.
But hey,
heck of a player.
Great player.
Great. One of the best.
Let's see who's coming to Friday. It'd be cool. Gronk is going now. That's random. That just popped up.
Big Gronk.
Jesse Palmer. That's pretty cool.
Who's that? Should I know who that is? Jesse Palmer?
Roger Goodell. I think he's a golfer. No, he's a golfer.
It seems like this is something we need to get tickets for very, very soon before they run out.
Aiden Ross is going to be there. That's weird. Sketch is going to be there. Who's going to be at the Friday? I don't know. I don't think it's going to. I'll be furious if it sells out. Tickets unavailable. I don't know.
You should probably get them now, or not now, but soon.
I agree. No, I agree. Well, I'll make sure I get on that. I'll let you know. But in terms of like, Are you kidding me? Alex Earl is going to be there. What does she got? Was she bringing football, man? Which I actually like Braxton. I love Braxton Berrios. Great jet. And I think I think he's a good player. He's dating Alex Earl, so I don't know. Maybe he's going to. That'd be cool. But like she's like a TikToker, and I don't know what she would be. She's like speaking. I don't know what she's doing. Livy Dunn is going to be there. She's doing autographs, photo panels, and a theater. Like I wouldn't mind getting an autograph from Livy Dunn. She's one of the best gymnastics. She's one of the best athletes in the country. So I wouldn't mind if I got an autograph from her. What am I gonna say? Pete Alonso. He's a little pricey. I don't know if I want to. Let's see. Maybe Paul Pierce.
I would love to meet Paul Pierce. You know why?
Why?
To tell him he's right about him being better than Dwayne Wade. Because I know he's going to get so much flack for it that day. And I want to make his day and say, you are right, Paul Pierce. You're right. I agree with you. You're the truth. How can I disagree with the truth? Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie, no.
Ball don't lie. Paul Pierce. And he'll say to me, you know what, random kid wearing a Hideki Matsui jersey? Turn back around. I'm glad you said that to me. You made my day. And I'm going to say, thank you, Paul Pierce. And then he's going to tussle my hair a little bit. You're a good kid. He's going to give me a quarter. Go buy yourself a lemonade. Thank you, Mr. Pierce. And I'm going to run off. And then I woke up.
There you go. Hey, I wouldn't mind getting a mini basketball.
Sure, man.
No, a mini basketball signed Paul Pierce.
Oh, that would be cool. I want to get one of those mini helmets. Do you think it would fit?
It could. I don't. Well, D Train. Come on. Come on.
For a long time today. I haven't taken a nap.
No, you're good. Ozzie Smith is going to be there.
My best friend. I have his autograph.
That's
Should I
true,
show
you
up
do.
with that autograph and say, can you sign it again?
Sign it
So
again.
I know it's real. This time on a frame that's not broken, Ozzie Smith. He just looks at me like, kid, you're kind of weird. I'm like, yeah, Paul Pierce thought the same thing.
Paul Pierce thought the same thing. Ray Knight is going to be there.
That's shoe guy, right?
What?
Who is Ray Knight?
He was on the Mets. He was on the 86 Mets.
Oh, that Ray Knight. I actually do know who that is.
Doc
Not
Gooden.
personally.
Yeah, Doc Gooden is going to be there too. So I've met him. So I'll be like, hey, what's up, Doc? Hey, what's up, Doc?
Please eat a carrot while you meet Doc Gooden. So you could do a maybe horrible, I don't know, impression of Bugs Bunny. Maybe you'll surprise me. Maybe you already have a little Mel Blanc in you. And do a Bugs Bunny impression and meet him just so he could be like, wait a minute, I know you.
I know you.
You're the kid from the 4th of July.
You can
Free of charge. Mr. Gooden. I mean, we're charging everybody else. What are we looking at for Doc? 300? I hope it's covered by insurance. No. Get it, Doc? No. Okay.
Yeah, you hit him. I don't.
And he'll just be free of charge. I don't care. This kid's awesome. I had a burger with him. I signed a poster at a 4th of July party. Poster.
Right.
At a 4th of July party. This kid's cool. I love this guy. And I'm his friend. Paul Pierce thinks I'm a weirdo. So does some other guy. Oh, okay. Another one, huh? Okay.
What was I gonna say?
8 minutes in already. Okay.
Hey, I can go on forever.
Trade deadline, huh? I saw Cal Ripken's going to be at Fanatics Fest too.
I think he's gone on Saturday. There's a lot. Jeff McNeil's going to be there. Darryl Strawberry. So I'm excited for that Saturday. That's really good. He's going to be the Saturday. So if you want to meet Cal Ripken. But yeah. All right. So the trade deadline was hot and coming. The Mets have definitely made some good moves. Yankees traded for Jazz Chisholm.
A lot of teams made a lot of moves. The Dodgers made a ton.
I don't feel like there was definitely a lot of big, like there wasn't that one big superstar that got traded. It would have been Pete Alonso, but the Mets decided to keep him as they're red hot right now. Today they were not so hot, but the Twins are also a good team. So the Mets were given a beating on the Twins. I don't want to say that they were, but they were definitely not making it fun for the Twins when they came to Citi Field. 15-2 the first game, and then and then 2-0 as Sean Manaea had a career day. 7 innings pitching. 11 Ks. Great, he looked great. And then obviously today, today they didn't look so good. But like I said, I think I like the trade in terms of the trade deadline for the Mets and the Yankees. Now the Mets, I like the moves the Mets made. I think a nice backup. The back of the end. Paul Blackburn. You know, definitely need a starter because Senga's out now, which was a big blow. We will get to that later. So they need, the rotation needs some help. Severino didn't have his best stuff today. It just wasn't it. Hopefully the innings isn't catching up to him. Hopefully, because hopefully his arm's not fatigued. He hasn't had any issues. Knock on my table. He hasn't had any issues up until now. That's was his knock before he signed with the Mets was that he has his injury history over the past couple of years. Luckily, that didn't happen. Well, that we know of. So I like that they got Paul Blackburn because just give him some assurance with the rotation. They could rest, relax. Because the rotation kind of needed help, and so did the bullpen. I like the bullpen players they added. They added, and they've been looking good. They added. Let me bring it up. But I like the moves. Before I bring them up, and then we'll go to the Yankees. They added right-handed reliever Hayasco Bazuban.
New Orleans.
He's from the Marlins. And all they gave up the Mets was their 22nd best prospect, infielder slash outfielder, Wafando Larrera. And the one benefit of this is that he's under control for at least till 2028, which I think is pretty
That's good,
cool. Yeah, because he has some years. Hopefully it works out. Great trade.
bro. His stats are good.
No, his stats. Yeah, his stats. He has a 2.93 ERA
Not
with a
bad. 20
1.1
games.
WHIP.
That's a legitimate sample size, bro. Okay. H dog
He's
getting buckets.
he's 34 too,
Wow.
and
Wow.
his
Late bloomer.
ERA ever since coming has been at 3.56 over 3 seasons with the Marlins. That's pretty good. And like I said, according to NYM News, he's right-handed with unique arsenal of pitches that includes a nasty cutter, which has average of 100 against other opponents. A changeup that can reach 92 miles per hour, a four-seamer that sits around 96 miles per hour, a hard 95 to 96 mile per hour sinker, and he has a 9.98 K to 9/9, the season, which matches his strikeout rate from last year. So, like I say, he's 34. So I like that move. I like it because he has years. Like he's not just gonna play for them for half the season and leave in free agency. The Mets have him kind of for a little bit and added depth and looks like a pretty good deal. Because like you said, Dennis, we look at his stats. His stats look pretty gnarly. And so, the Mets definitely needed the bullpen. Jose Budo. He's starter slash reliever that has been helping out the bullpen as it's been gassed, but you got to be careful. Maybe Budo can get some rotation, get some starts once in a while. But I like how Budo has been coming in and helping out. The bullpen that's been pretty gassed. The Mets have also acquired Tyler Zuba from the Rays. Supposedly, Dennis, this guy was playing for. I believe this is the guy that was playing for Long. Yeah, he was the guy that was playing for the Long Island Ducks. And then, he signed with he started the season with the Ducks, and he didn't pitch. So he's 29. What happened was he started with the Ducks, and then he missed the entire 2022 season and the most of 2023 due to a right shoulder impingement. And then this season he started with the Ducks, and he hasn't pitched since 2020. So he basically hasn't pitched in 3 years, but he pitched a 1.58 ERA in 6 appearances for the Ducks. The Rays decided to give him a chance. They signed him in May, and the right-hander's been killing it for the Rays in AAA, going 3-0. And he's had a 2.49 ERA with a 1.2 WHIP over 18 AAA appearances. And so he only pitched like 2 scoreless appearances before being traded to the Mets. But I guess that was enough for David Stearns to make the move to acquire him. Pretty remarkable. I think he's got a really good story. And according to that news is all from NYM News, and according to NYM News, his pitching arsenal includes a four-seam fastball, cutter, slider, changeup, and curveball. So all they had to give up was right-handed pitcher Paul Gervas, who was in Double A. That was a right-handed prospect. He was a 12th round draft pick in 2022, and he has not made the top 30 in the Mets farm system, but he was pitching well in Double A. With he posted a 3.25 ERA with a 1.19 WHIP. So great trade for the Mets. Like I said, they didn't even have to give up someone in the top 30 pool.
Yeah, upside.
Very big upside.
I mean, a top 30 in your system, that could be like maybe 200 in all of baseball. I don't know. I'm just coming up with a number here, but
But no, I like.
It's a very low ranked prospect.
I think he has a great story.
I agree.
And I like Paul Blackburn. He's 30. He was on the 60-day IL before coming over to the team, but hopefully he's healthy and he's ready to go. Not a flashy move, but it's a little splashy.
Listen. What? Continue. No, you continue.
I'm sorry. Like I said, it's I like the move. It's some added help to the rotation because the rotations, it's been working hard and doing the best. A lot of people didn't give him hype the beginning of the year, and they kind of been proven otherwise a little bit sometimes, except for Tyler McGill. I hope he gets on track. So I like the move. Some depth. It's not Blake Snell or anything like that, but it's a move. And so I hope it's going to be exciting to see what he does. I trust David Stearns a lot. I was excited when they hired him, and I'm still excited now. A lot of patience went into so far has been going into a lot of the Mets season as a Mets fan, the diehard Mets fan that I am. So I like seeing that some of David Stearns' work is paying off a little bit. And I whatever David Stearns does, I trust. I like the accusations that he brings in. He's bringing quality over quantity in a way. Like these are quality type players, and if it doesn't work out, he's not afraid to cut ties and let them go. Jake Diekman, he just got designated for assignment. Jorge Lopez threw a glove in the stands. He was designated for assignment. DJ Stewart, I don't know what he's doing on the team still. I guess because Starling Marte is not playing. Like he's still recovering.
Yeah, and he gets on base. I mean, he's on base.
He does get on. In the words from Moneyball. What does he do?
Gets on base.
There you go. So I do like DJ Stewart because, like you said, say it again.
He gets on base.
Yeah, that's right. So and he does flash. I loved him last year when his Linsanity run. So, but I'm just saying, I would not be surprised if he did get designated for assignment because they traded for Jesse Winker, who they needed some backup bats.
He's been phenomenal I don't know if I'd say phenomenal, but very good for the Nationals.
Yeah, no, he had a good. He was batting 256. I thought it was crazy. I did not think that he was going to come over to the team. I don't know. When I heard he got traded, I was like, really? Man, Jesse Winker, are you serious? Like I thought it was a great trade. He has a 793 OPS over 101 games, batting 257. And I think it's pretty cool considering the history he's had with the Mets fans. Now he came over, everyone's welcomed him in with open arms. And right away, when he came into the Mets clubhouse, Pete Alonso was so excited and so happy. He said, "Hey," like he was so excited. And you can see he did produce a little bit. He's they're trying to ease him into the outfield because he said he's been mostly DHing and pitch hitting for the Nationals. But like I said, I love the trade, and I like to see how that works. So, like I said, I like the moves that David Stearns has made. They almost tried to get Michael Conforto, but that didn't work. That didn't go according to plan. I would have loved to have Michael Conforto back.
Yeah,
I loved him on the Mets. Obviously it didn't work out. Next couple of years after 2020, he was looking for a big contract in 21. Didn't play up to standards. Had to settle for what he got with the Giants. He sat out a lot of 22, but then he signed in 23. But like I said, I like the addition of Jesse Winker. I thought it was great. And so yeah, like I said, I like what David Stern said. I think the Mets are definitely able to compete. I like the Braves definitely made some moves, which we'll talk about. But I like what the Mets did, and I think now they can still make a run for the playoffs. And I'm gonna say it now before I let you go. I let you go. I let you speak.
Mhm.
I think the Mets got a shot at the NL East, and that could be another take. But I think they got a shot at the NL East, and I want to save that for later. But I want you to take now on the Mets moves.
I like them. I know that that's a very bland take to say. I like them. I agree with you, Brandon. But I'm not going to lie to people just for the sake of content. I understand Paul Blackburn has been mediocre throughout much of his career. I get it. He's an average starting pitcher. He's average, little below average, but around average. But you just need a guy. Just give me innings. And who knows, maybe he's better after an injury. David Stearns, you said you trust David Stearns. You have every right to trust David Stearns. The Brewers wouldn't hit miss often on pitchers. Position players, yeah, they've had guys not work out the way they thought, reclamation projects, whatever. But pitchers, they're always pretty good at finding talent, finding diamonds in the rough. A team that's this close to making the playoffs in his first season as the president of baseball operations, he wants it bad.
Right.
So I trust his decision making in getting Barbizon from the Marlins. Did I get that right? Barbizero.
Sure.
Hey, Oscar. And, some of the other minor moves they made that aren't drastic, but they add up. They improve your team. And I think the National League this year, I think that's all you needed to do. Be above 500, you're in the playoffs. That's how it's shaping up right now. It's how it shaped up last year for the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. They shouldn't have been in the playoffs. They were not playoff caliber teams. Goes to show what I know. Diamondbacks made the World Series and got laughed out of it. But you need to get there first. And I think this Mets team is built to get there. And I don't think suddenly, after getting swept by the Yankees, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for the Mets to win the division. Will it be hard? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it likely? Absolutely not. But it is feasible. It is a goal that the team could have. It is.
We'll see. I mean, now they're.
It is something that you could think of.
I think before today there were like maybe 8 games. Now it might be down. You know what I mean? That's pretty sick considering where they were a long time ago.
Right, and you're not the only one who thinks this, by the way. A buddy of mine from work was saying the same
they're
thing
now
earlier
8
today.
games. They're 8 games, Dennis. That's pretty close, in my opinion. It's far, but like I said, considering from where they were, that's pretty insane, in my opinion.
It's doable. It's not impossible when you're under 10, so 9 and below in the games behind category. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, people are going to say it. Yeah, it is always possible, but it is something that the team could shoot for, and not just be wishful thinking. And I think that's huge to the momentum of a team, especially the Phillies, who just got swept by the New York Yankees, a New York Yankees team that has been horrid.
Yeah,
since the middle of June.
That's pretty insane.
So I mean, this is a real gut punch to the Phillies, and a real shot in the arm for the Mets. And obviously, the Phillies, some would say, are one of the biggest winners of the trade deadline. And I don't think that's much of an overstatement. But the Mets, you can't control who's on the Phillies roster, but you can control who's on yours. So I like what the Mets did. I don't think they had to be overly drastic. Okay, they lost today. As you said, they're 8 games out. They are a game and a half behind the Braves.
The Diamondbacks and the
Yeah,
Padres.
I was just thinking of the division, but we can take a look. Yeah, they're a half game behind the Padres and a half game behind the Diamondbacks, a game behind
Yeah.
the Braves.
Well, it's close, man.
That is very close. And you're a game ahead of the Cardinals for the wild card. Like I said, it's all look at these records. They're all about 500 or below and still doable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm looking at the teams that did that. I don't think the Diamondbacks got better. I don't think the Cardinals got much better. I don't know really what they're doing. Who else is on there? I have no clue what the Cubs did at the trade deadline. There's a lot of different directions. Pirates, they brought in Brian De La Cruz. I don't really know what that does for you.
Right.
Padres, okay, fine. Blake Snell has been better as of late. We'll see. He's always been the second half of the year guy. Who knows? Xander Bogart started the year off really bad and has since been the second highest batting average since I think like June 27th or July 17th or something like that. I forget what the stat was when I was watching the Padres last night, but he's been terrific lately. So maybe the Padres continue to do good. The Diamondbacks, I don't know. Corbin Carroll has been a step above playable this year, not a big step. So, who knows? But the Mets, you have the experience in the lineup. You had the experience in the rotation. Guys have done it before. It's just a matter of putting it all together on a consistent basis.
It's not
And I
good.
think
Yeah.
that's what you're getting with these decisions, with these moves. You're getting guys that even if they're not the household names, even if they're not the best of the best, even if it isn't a sexy name, even if it isn't Cody Bellinger or Nolan Arenado, who at one point people thought would get traded somewhere, or you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You're getting predictable. I look at volatility with the Padres. I look at volatility with the Cardinals. I look at volatility with the Diamondbacks. They could go either way, a lot of their guys. The Mets, for better or worse, they're an average team. Okay. But average is going to get you into the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
You
It's not going to be.
don't
It's not
have
going to
to
be easy.
listen. You're not going to go 162-0. Control the controllables. Do what you got to do, and just worry about your own house. And I think that's going to work out for them. I really do.
Like I said, it's
Have a
not
really
gonna,
good lineup
yeah.
now. And Vientos, he's been phenomenal. Francisco Alvarez was on a heater a few weeks back. It seems that he's come down to earth a little more. He still gets the ball in play and whatnot. And he's certainly talented, but they didn't expect him to be a superstar this year. He's, a project player. That's fine. Pete Alonso, let's see if he could go on one of those Alonso runs. Lindor is still terrific, playing himself into the MVP conversation.
Should have been the All-Star game. Should have been.
I don't disagree with that. I agree with you in that regard. Kodai Senga going down for the regular season. That's bad. That is massive.
That's why they had to make the trade for Paul Blackburn.
Right. When you look around the locker room, that's it. The cavalry's not coming. These are the guys.
I agree. It's the Senga. It sucked. He was looking great too.
Now,
he was pitching. I'm sorry.
Mid to late August, you always see guys get cut for waivers for financial reasons. Maybe you get lucky and there's a diamond in the rough there that you take a flyer on.
It happened a lot last year.
Yeah.
It
happens a lot every year. The trade deadline, there used to kind of be a way to circumvent it with the waivers. They got rid of that. But, it still happens. Guys still get waived, even if they are a little, above that, in air quotes. Maybe you get lucky and there's a starting pitcher or, one of those sixth rotation guys that fluctuate between the bullpen and the rotation. Maybe one of those dudes get waived and he catches fire. for a week or
Yeah,
two.
no, yeah.
That's literally all it takes is get above 500 if you're the Mets and just ride it out. Just ride it out.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
yeah.
just don't have. If you peak high, just make sure you don't have a low valley. That's all it is. You don't want to lose 3 or 4 games in a row. You don't.
Yeah, no,
And you can
like
get
I
there,
said,
man. Because I'm going to be honest, I have no faith in the Diamondbacks. I didn't last year and I looked like an idiot. Fine. But I think
like
it's fair
yeah,
for me to not have any faith in them. The
yeah.
Cardinals, they have a one-man pitching rotation. They have Sonny Gray, that's it. Unless, of course, they made moves for somebody and I overlooked it. But I have no faith in them. I don't have too much faith in the Pirates. I think they're a good team. I think they're inexperienced. Blah, 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 blah. Matthew Liberatore. Wow. I always forget about that guy. Contreras. Millicent Contreras is a great catcher. Brandon Crawford, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman. I thought they traded him. Mason Wynn, Alec Burleson, Brandon Donovan, Lars Newbark, Tommy Pham. Yeah, so they didn't do anything that makes me really, revved up. But I like what you guys did, man.
I
You should be
appreciate it.
happy.
Yeah. Like I said, I hope Sanga has a good recovery. Sucks we don't have him, but it is what it is. I don't think this is the year of the New York Mets. No, I don't think it's the year of the New York pitching aces. Garrett Cole has had some issues. Sanga has
Yeah.
some issues. It has not been the year of the New York ace. So I think that wraps. Talk more later on the Mets, but the Yankees, man, Jazz Chisholm. Who knew that was going to be a great addition? A lot of people were kind of hesitant to why the Mets, why the Yankees trading for Jazz Chisholm, and
Listen,
they're not 5-0. They're 5-0 since acquiring him.
well, that's embarrassing. I'm repping my Yanks tonight. I was down on the Yanks for the last few weeks and had some impassioned rants. I'm going to be the first one to say, get me the barbecue sauce. Because I need to put it on the words I have to eat. I
All right.
thought
Yeah.
Jazz Chisholm was going to be a bust for the Yankees. We're only a few games in. Only 5. 5, 5, 5.
5 games in because they're 5-0 with him.
Well, they traded for him, but he started Sunday. It was his first game. He's looked good on both sides of the plate, man. He's looked good hitting, and he's looked good at third base, which he never really played too much of. Gleyber Torres didn't want to move over to third. Yeah, as if you needed any less fans, Gleyber. And he's looked good defensively. He hasn't looked bad. He hasn't looked outmatched. That's a hard position to just pick up and play. He's had 3 multi-home run games all of the years he was with the Marlins. He's had 2 already with the Yankees.
Yeah.
He's still third base the other night, showed off the wheels after maybe getting injured, which that's the only thing about him that I'm worried about is can he stay on the field? That's a legitimate concern to have. That's something that I'm worried about. If he can stay on the field, I'm happy because he is so flexible. Shortstop, second, now third. And the outfield, fine. Athletic, fast, I like it. He's a different kind of player than we've had. He's a weapon. He's a different kind of weapon we've had. Our most athletic player before him was Anthony Volpe. Nothing against him, but Jazz Chisholm is known as being an athletic player.
Right.
Like
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
that's his game.
That's his game.
Anthony Volpe, that was a throw-in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a part of the package. That's not the selling point. So I'm happy to have a guy like that who you would think would profile as a leadoff hitter. Who knows? The Yankees have thought that in the past with guys and it hasn't worked out. Just do you. If he's doing well, batting 4th and 5th in the lineup, keep it that way. I'm curious to see as the grander scale of the Yankees. I'm curious to see what happens with Rizzo coming back at some point.
Mm.
DJ LeMahieu was phenomenal today. 2 for 4 with a grand slam, 6 RBIs.
Yeah.
Yankees beat the Phillies 6-2 or 6-4, whatever it was. So monster game for him. Is he on the hot seat now, motivated and now more lasered in, more dialed in, more ready to go? Is this old DJ? Is this 2019 DJ? Is this the Bad Man Pajama DJ LeMahieu?
Hmm.
Because I hope so. I hope it's Bad Man Pajama DJ LeMahieu. They're going to have a lot of questions about this lineup. I think, not confirmed, obviously, but I think that they were probably shopping around Alex Verdugo and nobody bought. I'm
Yeah,
thinking they probably shopped around Glaber and nobody bought. They did get Jack Flaherty before there was issues about the physical and it made them back out. But I didn't see what it would have been as a gauge because he's been good. He wound up going to the Dodgers because, of course. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see. It was over medicals. They didn't like what they saw medically. But I didn't see. Oh, okay. There actually was. No. No, I don't see anything of who they would have gotten for him. I'm worried. One thing about the Yankees, I would have liked to have gotten another starter, obviously. That's not much of a hot take. Marcus Stroman, his entire career has been a first half of the year guy. So I don't think it's unreasonable for me to say I'm concerned moving forward. Carlos Rodon is sketchy at best. Garrett Cole has not been the anchor that we need him to be and the anchor we thought he would be and the anchor we expected him to be. Nestor Cortez Jr. seems like a one-year wonder, and that's not the year. This year's not the year. So we have a lot of questions. Luis Heel seems to be kind of trending back upwards.
right.
Not the peak he had in August and April and May, but still good. Okay, fine. I'll live with it. Our bullpen seems to be kind of getting back into rhythm. Clay Holmes, a few good outings in a row. I know the Monday night game, the extra innings game, or is that was last night? Last night I forgot that they played at like noon today for some reason. That last night, that extra innings game, Clay Holmes. I know technically he didn't get the save and it was a blown save opportunity. I kind of thought the defense betrayed him on it, so I can't be too critical. Aside from that, lately he had the 2-inning save against the Red Sox on Sunday, or the 2-inning outing, whatever it was. I'm happy. If he's still playing well, I'm happy. I just, yeah, I'm glad that we're kind of trending back up. Mark Leiter Jr. looked okay yesterday's game against the Phillies. And again, like this was a crucible. The Phillies are a no joke team. They're the best team in the league this season by record.
Yeah. Listen, I like what the Yankees. I like what they did. The Jazz Chisholm move. Who would have known how much of a big impact that was really going to make on the team? I feel like the Yankees are definitely a way different team than before they got him. I feel like it's just something new that the Yankees had to do to get some just new energy. It's a fresh energy, different vibe when he's in there, and you see that when he came to the Yankees in the press conference when he was interviewed by reporters. He said like a kid's dream of playing for the Yankees, and the fact that he's doing it's pretty remarkable. So I just like what's going on. Yankee fans are definitely excited, and they've been on a tear. They've been winning 5 games. Now, it's hopefully they see so what's going on. Thank you guys for beating the Phillies for us. So I would give you guys credit for that. I thought they were going to trade Nasty Nestor, but obviously no trades work out. Like I said, I thought Verdugo was definitely going to be shipped. I definitely want to see what they do within the next couple of years. In terms of the Farson, they got Spencer Jones down there. Jason Dominguez is definitely going to want to get some reps because, before he got injured last year, he was looking good for the Yankees. So I would definitely get that situated from the Yankees because I don't know if you want out. I don't know if Alex Verdugo is going to be that long-term situation in the outfield. Me personally, I would try to, like I said, I would try to find the way to get the young guys in there as much as possible. And so, yeah, just different vibe, especially they needed that, especially with trying to come up to play against, trying to fight against, the Orioles for the division. The Red Sox have looked decent. So that's my take on that. And, it sucks that Garrett Cole has body fatigue. I hope he recovers. And who else are the Yankees trade for? Who else are they got?
We got. I think we got somebody else in the Marlins too. The Marlins and Yankees have made a lot of trades over the years. Let me just do it this way. Transactions. I don't think that we got anybody else.
That was that was it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Not great. I would have liked to have gotten more, especially once again a starter, but I'm not too broken up about it. Do your best.
Right.
So I think the Orioles, in my opinion, might have overplayed their hand a little bit. But that's just me. And I think the same might be said for Boston.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, watch.
The Orioles bolstered their bullpen, which I liked for them. I don't like it as a Yankees fan, but I like it for them.
Yeah, they definitely made some interesting moves. Oscar, the Mets released Adrian Hauser. He was designated for some. I forgot that happened. Let's see. Look at the trades that have happened. Jackson Holiday just got called back up. He actually just got his first MLB home run, and
Here's a
supposedly
grand slam.
it was a grand slam. Yeah, I was against. Ooh, just watching it right now. Good for the kid.
Good for him.
Good for the kid. Especially he didn't have a good start to his career when he first came up. You can see him looking at the video right now. The Orioles fans, they're like going bananas. So that's
As
gonna
it
be.
should be.
So hopefully he keeps going on. He got the home run ball back, and he gave it to a young fan. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to me. Jack Flaherty just got traded too.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the Yankees had a deal with him in place, but that fell through for medical reasons.
Yeah, I looked up to see if there was anything, and I didn't see anything about who it would have been for.
It just wasn't meant to be.
I guess not.
Let's see who else. Just looking at the trades that have happened.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Let's see.
This is big. Eloy Jimenez went to the Orioles after they traded Austin Hayes to Philadelphia.
Right. The Orioles traded for Jimenez.
Mm-hmm.
Jimenez, I think.
Jimenez.
What does that do for the Orioles? They're really loading up.
Yeah. He's actually having a pretty down season. Last year, he was phenomenal. No, he was actually average last year. I'm thinking of Luis Robert Jr. I always get them confused. It was 2022. He looked good. He had a 141 OPS plus that year. See how many stolen bases? No, he's 3 this year.
But Tanner Scott
Tanner Scott.
going to the Padres, and they gave up a haul. What are they doing?
I have no idea.
Gave up
I
their
mean, he's been
second,
phenomenal this year. 1.18 ERA, but
they gave up a second, a fourth, and a fifth. Good for Miami though. I feel like Miami's doing a good job kind of loading up on prospects.
great. It's never going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I can say that because they got a Marlins jersey and a Marlins hat right behind this laptop.
Oh, you know what? You guys did make other moves. You guys did make some other moves though. You guys traded for Al Leiter's son, Mark Leiter Jr.
His
Uh,
nephew.
his nephew. Okay, his nephew for infielder Benjamin Cowles and right-handed pitcher Jack Neely. That's according to ESPN.
Not familiar with either of them. Mark Leiter Jr. is kind of like a fringe, like minor league guy. He's kind of just always been there. But interestingly enough, Al, Mark, and Mark Jr. all Yankees.
They
That's
were,
cool.
yeah, they were Yankees. Yeah, Al Leiter
So
was
if
a
we
Yankee.
ever
Too.
get Jack Leiter, we have the whole quartet.
I believe he was a Met fan. I think Al Leiter growing up, and then crazy he was drafted in the second round. That's pretty cool. He was drafted in the second round by the Yankees in '84. He made his debut with them, and then I think that's when he got he went to Toronto. He really had a great career, Al Leiter. I'm surprised he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I'm not surprised he isn't in the Hall of Fame because there's better from his era. But I mean, dude, come on.
He had a
Hell of
great
a
career
career.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he should definitely go 2 World Series. He doesn't have enough All-Star votes.
There's that.
That probably got
No
to
Cy Youngs, anything like that. There's better that aren't in
It's true.
of his from his era. David Cohn's not in. Doc Gooden's not in. Dave Steve's not in. Louis Tiant's not in. If we want to go older, Louis Tiant not being in is kind of wild to me. I
That's
just
true.
assumed he
All right,
was.
you make a good argument.
But yeah,
Make a good argument. But
Oral
anyway,
Hershiser underrated.
yeah,
Fernando Valenzuela.
yeah. But you guys also traded for Brett Phillips, who was a former outfielder, now converted pitcher. What is up with that?
I saw that. He's hitting mid-90s.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. I'm with it. I'm all for it. He's trying to turn himself into a reliever. He felt like he hit his ceiling as a position player. Wasn't getting gigs. Fine, man. And God forbid we have injuries in the outfield. Brett Phillips, 2020 postseason hero. And regarded as one of the best off-field guys. He's done a lot of charity work. I forget the name of the young girl, but he had a very close developed a friendship with a young girl who had cancer, passed away.
oh, that's great.
And like it was known that like he did a lot for her and like other kids at children's hospitals and things like that. Like he's a class act. And I just
Okay.
anytime you get a guy like that in your organization, even if it doesn't pan out on the field, dude, I don't care. Just that kind of guy I
Yeah,
like.
God bless him. That's amazing.
One of the dudes that if you look into it, I'm poorly explaining it, but listeners, viewers, look into it on your own time. I really recommend it. Just a class act.
Yeah, no, like I said, he sounds like a great class act guy.
Yeah. So, and dude, how about trying to reinvent your game, bro?
Yeah, you
I
change
love
him
that.
from being outfielder to
Playing
now
for the love of the game, brother. He's not there for a paycheck.
change it from outfielder to pitcher now. So hey, he's supposedly touched 97 miles per hour in a semi-pro game.
I saw that. Then the Yankees signed him that night.
Yeah, everybody was freaking out over it.
Good for him, man. Good for him. And like I said, he's not a sieve at the plate.
Yeah, hey, good for him.
We have our own Ohtani, and his name is Brett Phillips. That dude.
He's him.
Speaking of that dude, our dude got traded to Seattle. You know who I'm talking about? Randy Arozarena. Brandon, come on.
He did get traded. Yep, he did.
One of his first games as a Mariner, hit a home run.
That's a
Kid
big.
knows
That's
what
a
he's
pretty big
talking about.
trade.
I know what I'm talking about.
Good for the Mariners. Why did they see? What made him a fit for the Mariners?
Their lineup sucks.
That's true. Even Julio Rodriguez.
I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to be a hater, but Julio Rodriguez is hurt, and even before that, he's been objectively horrible this season.
That sucks.
It does suck. What are you gonna do? JP Crawford's your best position player. You have problems. I don't know if that's even true this year, but they also waived Ty France. They're just trying anything. They're desperate. They're desperate as they're locked in a division battle with the Astros, who were dead in the water for much of the season. So the heat is on, to quote Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh.
Or who's it? The 1983 Cardinals, the 1984 Cardinals. That was like their song. The heat is on.
The
Heat is on.
Um.
I wish I had a sax.
Oh.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Another trade that was pretty interesting. Josh Bell to the Diamondbacks, and they added him for cash. I feel like Josh Bell, and I said this to myself the other day, and you can say if I'm wrong.
Consistent.
I feel like his career could have been different had he not he stayed with the Pirates. I feel like in the beginning of his career, he was highly regarded.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with you. He's had some really good seasons.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that could easily be Pete Alonso, where he could be like a journeyman.
That could be a lot of guys, man.
It could be a lot of guys. You know, hey, I mean, but I just feel like Josh Bell, he's been traded around a lot. Like, he hasn't stayed on one consistent franchise. You know, Miami.
Career low this year in OPS plus. Career low in batting average.
Yeah.
At this rate, it looks like it's going to be a career low in home runs. No, that's not true. 2022 was his career low in home runs, and that's pretty. No, he actually already surpassed his career low. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Point is, he's been disappointing this year. He's been a little below league average.
It's definitely a good trade for the Diamondbacks, especially since Christian Walker got hurt, as they said.
Right.
So they're gonna, they needed, that extra power bat. So hopefully he could provide that. Just college preparatory. Looks like good college.
He was really good for Miami last year.
School. He was good for Miami, right? He was
really good in the playoffs too.
He just got 1,000 hits too, so hey, good for him. Okay. Let's see. He did have a good season last year. He should have more RBIs. I mean, he didn't play that many games. He only played 53 games.
For who?
For the Marlins.
Oh yeah. That's not bad though.
Oh, well,
that's 11 home runs in 52 games or whatever it is.
Actually, he just got. He actually just got. He got traded to them. That was my apologies. That's what he only got
for Cleveland. From Cleveland,
because I know they made probably that late playoff push when he was with them.
Yeah,
that's one other trade. Let's see.
There's a lot. There's so many. It's hard to keep up with.
There was a lot of trades. The Braves traded for Jorge Soler. He's returning to the Braves, and the 2021 World Series MVP returning to Atlanta for infielder Sabine Corbelis and left-hand pitcher Tyler Mazik. And they also traded for Jackson.
Soler's been okay this year. 40 RBIs, 12 home runs, 240 batting average, an OPS plus of 116.
Luke Jackson, he's coming back to the Braves.
Okay. they're just going to see if they can get the magic back. I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly think his OPS plus might be a little too high.
Too high. What makes you say that?
Only 12 home runs, an OPS plus of 116. His slugging is 419. That's extra base hits. So mostly extra base hits. And home runs are a big factor. It's like a weighted extra base hits. Yeah. Singles too, but it's weighted. The way it's weighted is it's more beneficial to have more total bases. And I don't know. That's weird to me.
Right.
It's just I would have expected it to be lower because the numbers really aren't that jarring. To me, they seem average, not having stats in front of me. That's what I'm getting at.
I think it's cool that they added. They're going for a lot too. Traded for Luke Jackson, who had a good postseason for them too.
Yeah,
And some
Tyler
familiar.
Matzek's been good for them in the past.
Yeah. So that was one of the trade.
The NL East, the heat is on, man. They're looking at you talking about your Mets winning the division. The Braves, they got the music playing too. They got the saxophone blaring. The heat is on. No.
Oh, keep singing it.
That's stuck in my head, and I'm not mad.
Honestly, no, I'm not mad at all.
Mariners got right-handed relief pitcher JT Chargois. I don't know. Maybe it's a silent S. From the Marlins. He's okay. Trevor Rogers went from the Marlins to the Orioles. Didn't you guys almost get one of the Rogers brothers? .453. This was the Rogers brother you guys almost got today. .453 ERA in 21 games started this year. Ugh. That's not crazy, but I guess it's not dreadful. Ahmed Rosario back to the Dodgers.
Yes, after they traded for him again. Because I know last year they had him. They traded him, and now they traded for him back.
Yeah. Frankie Montas goes to the Brewers. He started the year off. Oh, my God. He started the year off. He's playing out of his mind.
The Dodgers definitely made some moves.
No, he's out of his mind. They made a lot. They got Michael Kopech, too, didn't they? They did. Yeah. The Dodgers got Tommy Edman and Michael Kopech.
Eric Fetty to the Cardinals. That was pretty good.
Yep. This was a part of the same deal, folks. An outfielder, Tommy Pham, went to St. Louis, and the White Sox just got a slew of prospects back, including Miguel Vargas, who's probably the biggest name from there, as he has had some moments in the big leagues so far for the Dodgers. My opinion, bust. Not a bust. Like maybe he could be a big league player, but not worth Michael Kopech. I think he's a little overrated, but that's just me. How about the Blue Jays, huh? Traded Yusei Kikuchi, who's been horrible this year, for a king's ransom. To get right-handed relief pitcher Jake Bloss back, first baseman, outfielder Joey Duperfido, and infielder Will Wagner, the son of Houston great Billy Wagner. 3-for-1 for Yusei Kikuchi, who's just been bad. He's kind of like a career average pitcher at best, if we're being honest. And I always gave him his flowers last year when he looked outstanding. I think it's fair that I could kind of criticize him now. 4.75 ERA this season for Toronto. ERA plus of 86, so that's 14 points below average. All right, fine. He was never a strikeout guy, except for last year when he had 181. But still, the control hasn't been what it has been in the past. More walks. He's at 30 already this season. Probably got another 6 or 7 starts in him. Who knows? Maybe they move him to the bullpen, but to get a long reliever for 3 quality prospects, that's crazy to me. I'm very surprised and quite frankly disappointed that the Astros would make such a move.
Mm. But
Really weird.
The Astros have been on a rise too. Everyone thought that they were done.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have since getting rid of Jose Abreu. I was doing my college radio show with our close friend Josh Gable, Monday night. And, he's an Astros fan. He's in Houston. Does the show with me remotely. And he was just besides himself. He was livid. Disappointed. Angry.
Okay.
Brandon, he felt betrayed.
Did he?
I don't know. Maybe.
I could feel it in him.
Yeah. I could feel the somber timbre of his voice. Timbre, spelled Timbra. There's no O in there. Kind of interesting. Okay, back to baseball. Bro, this is awkward. Oh, the Cubs. What a weird deadline they had, bro. Cubs acquired third baseman Isaac Paredes in a trade with the Tampa Bay Rays for Christopher Morel. Not as fun to say. And pitching prospect Hunter Miggy. Poor Christopher Morel. Oh, nah. And Ty Johnson. I was going to say poor Christopher Morel had the most boring name of the bunch, but no, Ty Johnson came in with an insurance salesman name. Nah, that's like a CPA. That's like I watched the Boiler Room once kind of a name. Yeah. All right. Isaac Paredes, pretty good player. Not bad. Not bad. I wonder why he goes by Isaac and not Isaac. It's the 2 A's in there, but I don't know, kind of redundant.
Right.
I'm just being a hater for the sake of being a hater now. One-time All-Star, and that one-time All-Star was this year. A 124 OPS plus this year, 243 batting average, 55 RBIs, 16 home runs, a triple, 19 doubles, 89 hits. See, again, that's a high OPS plus. He's a negative 100. So he had a 127 when they traded for him. He only played 1 game for the Cubs. And again, I feel like that OPS plus is too high. A slugging percentage of 431. The on-base percentage 353. So 52 walks. I guess that's what's doing it for him.
Right.
Again, that seems a little hyperinflated, but the Cubs, I don't know, man, because they've done sketchy stuff here. They acquired right-handed reliever for a pair of prospects. They got Nate Pearson.
Right.
Not very good. I'm not going to lie to them and say he is. I don't know. There's just kind of conflicting things. Maybe they think like last year they could get late life. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been interesting. It's been interesting.
Before the deadline, they said that they were willing to make trade. The whole thing was kind of strange with the Cubs. They don't have much of a direction. Yeah. AJ Puck went to the Diamondbacks for slugging infielder Devison De Los Santos. Oh, what a name. Wow. Devison De Los Santos. It's Deyvison. So is it Division or Devison? Devison De Los Santos or Division De Los Santos. What a name. Wow.
What a
Cool,
name.
man. Cool.
Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Blah, 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 blah. James Paxton back on the Red Sox. Austin
Ah,
Hayes and the Orioles parting ways as he goes to Philly for relievers Sir Anthony Dominguez and center fielder Christian Pache. Christian Pache is pretty good. Sir Anthony Dominguez is a solid reliever. So the Orioles, and a rare contender, strangers on a trade, as I'm trying to coin that phrase, move. Interesting. Yimi Garcia went to Seattle. Randy Arozarena, we mentioned earlier, went to Seattle. Already doing pretty well there. Zach Eflin went to the Orioles.
yes. That was a big trade.
And yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. They gave up Matthew Etzel, he's an outfielder, super utility man, Mac Horvath, and right-hander Jackson Baumeister. Zach Eflin was terrific last season. This season, not so much. And once again, not trying to be a hater. I'm just saying what
Yeah.
we're all thinking here. 4.11 ERA, 6-7 record in 20 games. Okay, the record I'm not that crazy about, but bad team, whatever. 94 strikeouts this season. Seems kind of low to me. I don't know. A
Yeah.
little below average with ERA plus. He's 95, average is 100. So whatever. I don't know, man. I think they could have used assets to get a better piece. Dylan Carlson got traded to the Rays for Sean Armstrong. He's pretty good.
Mm.
Eric Silva went to the Tigers, leaving the Giants. Kyle Finnegan not traded. Orioles and Phillies made another move together. Gregory Soto from Philly, left-handed reliever, going to Baltimore for right-handed pitching prospect Seth Johnson. So kind of a weird move for Philadelphia. I don't know if they thought maybe they could make another move and something fell through. I don't know. Kind of weird. My guy, Gregory Soto, he's actually pretty good. So kind of weird.
Right.
And unfortunately, his last game as a Philadelphia Philly is throwing batting practice to the Yankees Monday night.
Really?
Yeah, he got lit up. He got destroyed. San Diego Padres left-handed pitcher Tanner Scott and Brian Hoeing for the Marlins. Yeah, you said it, man. They gave up a lot. Left-handed pitcher Robbie Snelling, right-handed pitcher Adam Mazer, infielder Graham Bally, infielder Jay Beshears. That is a really big haul. I mean, it's two players, two big league players. Sure. The Marlins. Oh my God. They made the playoffs 4 times in their franchise's history, immediately blew it up all 4 times. Weird.
Yeah, it's
That's crazy. So I'm watching them right now. I have
yeah.
MLB Network. I have MLB Network on every time we record. The Rockies. Who's running them?
It's not me.
Sure is S word, not me. Wow. Decisions were made. Keeping all their players. Okay. Perfect opportunity to restock the farm this season. Brendan Rodgers could have went. Maybe Charlie Blackmon. Maybe. Hold on to Cal Quantrill, which I actually don't even disagree with. The one time you get a good starting pitcher in a Rockies uniform, I wouldn't get rid of him either. Wow. Okay. I got to say, I did kind of see this coming. They do this every year. But always surprised that they actually go through with it. No big trades. Wow. They got some cojones in Colorado. They should rename themselves Colorado Cojones. You're looking at me like I'm nuts.
I am also a little tired. So
Oh, as am I. I am fighting through. I just ate a Pop Tart on camera because I needed something. All right. My brother's cooking. That's weird.
I
Are we
think we're good.
yeah, I think we got everything. Lane Thomas. Oh, Lane Thomas went to the Guardians.
A lot of trades. Really was a lot of trades.
Yeah. Justin Turner went to the from the Blue Jays to the Mariners. Mariners, I don't know, man. Oh, this is a kind of interesting. Quinn Priester went to the Red Sox. Ty France went to the Reds. Michael Lorenzen went to the Royals. All right, man. I think that's it. I don't know.
I think that's it. That's it.
Oh, this actually is kind of a big trade. Carlos Estevez went from the Angels to the Phillies. He was an all-star this year, one of the better closers in the league. For right-hander George Clausen and left-hander Samuel Al-Jahari. That is pretty big.
Yep.
Not good enough against the Yankees last night. Oh, ouch. Wow. Sore winner Denny. Rare appearance these last few months.
Yeah.
I think that does it.
I think that is. Let me wrap it up. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. We thank you for joining us in the edition of Battin Chattin. For my co-host Denis Tuohy and the entire Blackjack Media Group team, I'm Brandon Natale saying so long, and we'll see you next time.